everyone, and welcome to the Everyday Heroes podcast. Today on the podcast, I'm joined by Nadine, a woman who believes every woman deserves to feel powerful in her own skin. With a background in public health and a passion for wellness, Nadine first focused on helping women feel their best through healthy lifestyle choices, but her first love has always been fashion. After having 2 children and stepping away from the workforce, she rediscovered her own style through a self-styling course that transformed not just her wardrobe, but her confidence. Now, working with an Australian fashion retailer, she blends style and well-being to help women look and feel their absolute best. Today, we're talking about the connection between looking good, feeling good, and style through different seasons of life, and simple tips for busy mums who get dressed with purpose, even in the chaos. Nadine, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks so much for having me, Nat. It's lovely to be here.
You are so welcome. All right, let's get into this because I am super excited about this podcast. I can tell you right now, I have always struggled with fashion. I grew up in the country where wearing hand-me-downs was the cool thing to do, right? So like ill-fitted clothing, things that were gone out of style, out of date, like it just not great, right? So I'm very excited to get into it because I reckon I'm probably harboring so many of those beliefs back from when I was in the country. So let's talk about it. Why should mums focus on looking their best and getting dressed with purpose in the morning? Why is that so important?
So looking good and feeling good. Looking good is what makes us feel good. So how we put ourselves out into the world can really have an impact on our confidence and how other people treat us in the world as well. So it's that energy that we put out into the world, and if we're feeling good and looking good, we can attract different things, and we just feel better in ourselves. We can feel better for our kids and put a better version of ourselves out there to the world.
I love that so much. This has come up in, I don't know if I saw it in a podcast or if I saw it somewhere else, where clothes have frequency, they have energy. Do you agree with that?
I think so, especially like natural fibers and fabrics. So things like linen and cotton, they can and wool make you feel better, and they can really like lift your energy. Absolutely. Yeah.
And are there fabrics that we should be sticking away from? Stuff like polyester or viscose? Is that how you say it? I don't even know.
It is nice to wear natural fabrics. I think they feel nicer on the skin. They are more breathable. You don't sweat as much in them. But I also think there is a place for some of the cheaper fabrics. Maybe not your entire wardrobe, but also to have a little bit of fun with it as well. You can incorporate some different things into your wardrobe that doesn't have to be, great fibers and things like that, mainly because of the expense, the cost. There's a huge different cost point to different fibers. And I think that there's a place for all of it.
Absolutely.
Fashion. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that so much. I think it is important to have a varied price range because look, I don't know about everybody else, but I ain't shopping at Gucci all the time. So, like Target and Kmart are definitely my friends in certain parts,
Absolutely. And they have some great fabrics in there as well. They do have linen, cotton blends. And what's great about them is they're sort of a bit trendy. So you can incorporate and have your core wardrobe, but then incorporate a couple of little fashion pieces that just make you feel good. It's almost like dopamine dressing to make you feel good and to incorporate that bright colored, t-shirt or scarf that you wouldn't necessarily want to pay a lot of money for and might not be around for the next 10 years, but it still makes you feel good and can bring something different into your wardrobe, different element into your wardrobe.
I love that. So tell me, what is the link between feeling good and looking good? Like, obviously, like this, I often say, I heard Oprah talk about this years and years ago, right? Like, you've got to put on your nice clothes and you're going to feel good and all that sort of stuff. But how does that relate to mums who are raising autistic children?
So feeling good is a form of self-care, really. It is a way to make you, to influence your mood, to also give you confidence. It changes productivity in your life and in your day. And it can also link us back to our identity as well, because I think as mums, sometimes we lose our identity a little bit, and we lose that, especially when we're in the thick of being a mum. It can be hard, and we are the last person that we think to take care of. So just bringing a little bit of that identity back to us can then start to make us feel like ourselves again, like we were before we were a mum. And what were the things we enjoyed? What made us feel good? And that link can come back to fashion, and just putting a little bit of effort into what we wear each day. And it doesn't have to be some, a big thing. It could be some little tricks and little style things. But I think that really then links us back to, if I've put 2 minutes of effort into myself, then that really makes me feel like I've like, it boosts my confidence and it boosts my mood, because
I would definitely say that as a mum of an autistic child, your identity is the first thing to go, because when you get that diagnosis, you are stripped of everything that you thought was going to happen, and now you've got to create a new reality, a new identity. And this idea of getting ready in the morning, sometimes for most mums, I definitely know it was the case for me, was fashion was the last thing on my mind. I was thinking about therapy appointments and making sure that, my angel boy was, getting the right food and, sleeping. Gosh, sleep deprivation, that's a whole different ball game. Like the last thing I want to do is think about putting something fancy on. I'm just like, what can I would literally wear a paper bag if I could have.
But it doesn't have to be fancy too, though, Nat, and it doesn't have to be fashiony. It can just be simple things, simple tweaks that make you feel a little bit better. Like, it doesn't have to be high. We're not talking high fashion here. We're not talking, expensive clothes or, Gucci, as you said. We are talking just little things, little tricks that can make you feel better. It doesn't have to be overwhelmingly big fashion, when you think, fashion. I
also think that for parents, and I really want to stress this for mums, not to get so tied up with the trends, right? Well, there's so many trends out there, and I can tell you something, like, as a woman who is what am I? 176 centimeters, like, I'm pretty tall for a girl. I've got pretty tall, like, broad shoulders. Like, not all these things are going to work 100%. On me. So just making sure that, great, there's a trend out there that's going to be this, and this. Fantastic for those of us who, who can wear them. For me, I need to know what's going to work with my body shape. And I think it's really important to know your body shape. And I'm sure that you would attest to that as well. So just making sure that you know what fits you, what looks good, and how you can better support that.
And I think it's important to have a core wardrobe. So not a fashiony wardrobe, great basics that you can then incorporate, maybe a fashiony thing like a scarf in there that is low cost, that can still bring you into the sort of the trend that is now, but it doesn't have to change your whole wardrobe every time. And you can then just have those key basics that are really suited to your body shape and to your lifestyle. And then you just incorporate, just key fashiony pieces, whether it's jewelry, scarf, a different pair of sneakers, instead of changing your whole wardrobe all the time. And knowing what fits well on you. So jeans are an example of that. You say you're tall, everyone's got a different body shape. So finding the best shaped jeans for your body, and then you can add whatever onto it as well.
I love that. I think jeans are a staple in Melbourne. Like, I feel like, we've got really good coffee in Melbourne. Jeans are definitely like the second thing that Melbourne represents. But tell me, Nadine, how has your style changed over the years?
So I've always loved a bit of fashion when I was younger. And then I had my two girls, and I went from being really corporate to being a stay-at-home mum. And I was like in this middle of not knowing what to wear. Nothing that I had from my old wardrobe fit me anymore, because obviously I had babies, and also the lifestyle just didn't work for me. either. Like the corporate uniform that I used to wear didn't work for me anymore. So I really had to rediscover my style and what suited me and what I enjoyed to wear, and create a wardrobe that fit my lifestyle. And so that was really tricky for a little bit at the start. I was not sure what to wear, put the old jeans on, but not sure really what that looked like. So I decided to invest in myself, and I did a styles course for myself. And it was really about finding your own personal style, finding what fit for your body shape, especially after changes, after having kids, and also what colors suited you, what your lifestyle is, and putting all of that together to then create a wardrobe that fits for what I do now. So yeah, I think it's a constant changing creation, the wardrobe. Whatever, you still go through different phases of your life. Even now, I'm back to work a little bit now, a bit more. So I have had to incorporate some more work ready pieces into my wardrobe again, and not just be home with the kids as they've got older. So there's just a whole heap of different, I think your style is constantly evolving and changing. And I like a lot of different styles as well. So I try and incorporate my own unique, quirky style into my dressing.
I love that. I can definitely say my style has absolutely evolved over the years. And so if I was to say, I don't even know that I can actually wear heels anymore. Like after COVID, I feel like my foot has just flattened, and we're not doing heels anymore. But each their
I agree.
own.
I think that's having kids as well. Your feet changes, your body changes. What you used to be able to do is no longer.
Okay, this is a good one. What is one piece of style advice that you would give to mums who feel like they're doubting themselves when it comes to fashion? What would you say is something that they can really harness in their own fashion world?
So I don't even think it's fashiony. I think it's just picking one thing that makes you feel good. So for me, I know this sounds crazy, it's my eyebrows. I don't like going out of the house without my eyebrows being done. For lots of women, it's putting on a little bit of red lippy, and that can really make them feel put together and pop. Other women, it's making sure their hair's done before they go out. So I think it's just little things that make you feel pulled together and ready to face the world.
Yeah. I think for me, it is, I want to say a full face of makeup, but it's not the way that you think it is, right? It's a little bit of foundation, it's a little bit of concealer, and a bit of mascara and whatever, and a bit of blush. And I'm like, yeah, I can take on the absolute world. But even if you're wearing chuckies, I still feel good if I've got my face done.
That's exactly right. Absolutely. Yeah. Whatever you're wearing, if you just feel a bit more pulled together, it can change the outfit.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so how do you see clothing influence and confidence develop into self-expression? Like, how do you see the clothes helping you to express what's going on the inside?
Yeah, so I think we use clothing to show the world like the best version of ourselves. And research shows that we can shape our mindset, our behavior, all by the clothes we wear. It can change us. It can make us feel more capable or comfortable or empowered, or it could make us feel a bit down and not feeling great. So I think we can really use clothing and fashion to help us change our moods and feel differently. And I think it's also really linked to confidence and self-expression. So we can really show the world what we want to show them, whether in whatever we wear. I guess it's a form of non-verbal communication of how you want to show the world.
And it's so true, because I can tell you right now, Nadine, there would be times when after the diagnosis, I would walk past the mirror, and I think I was telling you before we got on that I was wearing like leggings that were like 50 years old, an old jumper, and no makeup, and I'd like catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror, and I'd be like, what in God's green acres is going on here? Like, I look like I am the Walking Dead, right? And then there'd be days where I would have put some makeup on and I would, dress a little bit nicer, and I'd walk past the mirror and I'm like, hot damn, yes, like I got it going on, girl, like, and feeling really good, right? Was I my perfect weight? No. But did I feel really good in my clothes? Yes. And that's the difference. I really want parents to hear this. Don't wait for yourself to be the ideal weight before you wear whatever you're going to wear. Like I heard Mel Robbins say this, like if you were a size 12 before, whatever happened, you had kids, you had trauma, and you're waiting to get back into those size 12 jeans, Lord, just go into the shops and buy yourself that size 14 jeans and feel good wearing them, because maybe one day you will get back to the 12 and maybe you won't. And that's okay. But living in this idea that I'm just not going to do anything because of whatever's stopping you is you're living in no man's land. And when you do that, you get stuck in the trauma, right? And I feel like fashion is, especially in this space, is a reflection of the trauma that we're going through, right? And it's so common for parents to be hitting the sugar, the alcohol, the whatever, and we all know that those things are going to put on weight, right? And before you know it, you're looking down and you're like, hang on, this was not the waistline that I had imagined that I was going to have, and now nothing fits. So, who cares if you were in a size, 8 pair of pants? Go back.
And no one else is going to know what size you're wearing. No one else is going to look in the back of your jeans and say, oh, you're a different size now. So what's going on? You can absolutely use different tricks to put the eye somewhere else with jewelry or whatever, if you're feeling self-conscious about your jean size, for example. But we can really use fashion and dressing as a tool. So as you were saying, if you're dressed, in not great clothes and not feeling good, you feel, not great. But you can also conversely use that as a tool to elevate your mood and make you feel better with just some little things. So even if it's just, I'm going to get up and do my hair today, I'm going to put some lippy on, or whatever it is, that can absolutely, be used as a tool in your toolbox to help you change your mood and get you 100%. Feeling better.
So I know that you've got 3 tips for us to help women get dressed in the morning. Can you share what those are?
So as I've said, one of my tips is pick something that makes you feel great. So whether that is the bold lippy, a statement earring, I always love, like a colourful scarf. Scarves are really in at the moment, so that's a really easy way. Put one in your hair, put it around your neck, something colourful, a bright pair of sneakers or a bright sock, or just something like that you can really elevate your mood with. So I think that's tip number 1. It's a really easy thing to do. It's a really low cost, easy thing that can add to any outfit. Whether it's jeans and a white t-shirt, you can always put any of these elements in there to just make it pop a little bit more. So I think that's a really easy, nice tip. And my other one is to style your outfit a little bit. So instead of just wearing your clothes and putting them on and putting your t-shirt and jeans on and just that's it, think about the style a little bit. Does it need a little tuck? Does that make that feel better? Even rolling up your sleeves, pushing up your sleeves of a jacket, that can really bring some kind of style in there. Using jewelry to draw the eye down instead of just staring at wherever you don't want that to be stared at. So you can really use some little tweaks and little styling tricks to, I guess, elevate your outfit, which are easy, low cost as well. So instead of just wearing the clothes, you're styling the clothes. Yeah. And my other one is about you can still be comfortable, but you just style your clothes. So I think in mum life, we need to be comfortable. We need to be able to wear flat shoes and run around and do things like that. And even doing things like sports or whatever, we can still look good wearing these clothes. So we can elevate a tracksuit by a couple of little tweaks. For example, wear a coordinated tracksuit so top and bottom can match. We can tuck the top in, so we're just not looking like we're wearing a sack. We can add some jewelry to it, a nice fitting t-shirt. And like these things can instantly elevate our look, but still being comfortable and still being ready for mum life. So I think there are, lots of things that you can do. You don't have to change your wardrobe. You don't have to not dress for your lifestyle, but you can change things and make yourself feel better and I guess elevate your look a little bit by doing these little things.
And when you were saying about the scarf, do you mean like a silk scarf, or are you talking about something else?
I think you can do whatever you like. I do a combination of silk scarves, but also some chunkier scarves in the winter, depending on what climate you're in. I think that, whatever suits climate and what you want to do. Silk scarves are very versatile. Like sometimes you could put them in your hair, you could wear them around your neck, even attach them to your handbag sometimes to add that pop of color. So you can, whatever suits your style and whatever suits your climate, lifestyle, all of those things are factors in there.
I love that so much. Accessories can really like amp up a fashion piece, right? And do
Absolutely.
so many amazing things. And don't be afraid. Like there are so many places that you can go to that you can get cheap accessories from, and that, even belts, like you said, earrings, necklaces, clips in the hair. Like there's so many things that we can do. We are really, really lucky to be able to buy these things. But let's go to our wellness ritual. Do you have a wellness ritual or a style hack that you can't go past, that this is your one thing that you would do?
So for me, sleep is a non-negotiable. I feel like that is one of the key things to helping us look better, but also feeling better. So with good sleep, we can then tackle whatever we need to tackle in the world. So for me, if that means leaving the house a mess at night and just going to bed, or leaving something that's not done, I feel like the next morning I'm much more ready to tackle that if I've had a good night's sleep. So I feel like that's the non-negotiable. And my other thing is I wake up each morning and I start the day with a glass of warm lemon water. And that is just my ritual that I've been doing for so long now, but it makes me feel good. It helps my digestion first thing in the morning. It's my hydration non-negotiable for the morning, which I love.
So essentially, like the water's like acts like Botox, right? Because it's going to make us feel and look amazing, right?
I hope so. That's what I tell myself. I don't know. I think that hydrating after the sleep, after a long period, overnight is always a good thing. And I have a very good friend who's a Chinese medicine doctor, and she always talks about the first thing that you put in your stomach at the start of the day should be something warming that is calming for your digestion. So that's where that principle comes from.
I say this and I want to preface this to all the viewers that Nadine knows that there is no way in any which way I would ever get Botox. So I think it's hilarious that this is
we don't need Botox. No, not good for us.
No one's getting Botox. No. So, okay, one last question before we wrap it up is, if you could give yourself a message to your younger self, right? If you could say something to your younger self, what would it be?
Nobody has it figured all out. Even if they look like they do, they don't, most likely. So don't worry so much what everyone else thinks. Do what makes you happy, what you love to do, and take some risks in that, because why not? You're going to look back and be glad that it was either a learning experience and it didn't work out, or something might happen and might change. But don't worry about what everyone thinks so much. And really, no one has it all together. So just do whatever makes you happy.
100%. We're all still figuring it out, right? And the people that look really, really, really good, right, and have it all together, I can guarantee you that behind the scenes, 100%. It's all falling apart, right? Yeah. And sometimes we do this as a way, as a coping mechanism, right? I know distinctly when after the diagnosis, I would put that makeup on like it was my armor, right? Yes. And it was going to be the thing that was like, yep, I'm okay. And it was funny, I was talking to a maternal health, I think it was a maternal health nurse, or it was somebody, and she said, the mums that I come across who wear the full faces of makeup, I know they're the ones that have the most trauma. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Because she's like, they're trying so hard to keep it together.
To pull it all together and make it look like they're doing okay. Yeah. But when you go through something like that, then you like, it's going to change things, and you're going to have to, it's never going to be,
yeah, exactly. Right. So you're trying to keep it together, do the best that you can, and do exactly what Nadine said, do something that makes you feel good. Right. And if this is because this is in our control, right? There are, in terms of raising a child who is autistic, there are so many things that are outside of our control, but fashion, makeup, accessories, those things are in our control. So what we can do to make ourselves feel better when sometimes you've had an awful night's sleep, you can't be bothered getting out of the door, you know you've got a 50 billion therapy appointments to go to, and NDIS invoices to claim, and food and this and that and whatever else, making sure that if you just, like you said, put in 2 minutes of effort, it will, you'll reap the rewards through the day. So I love that so much.
Yeah. Use it as a tool to help you among your other toolbox of things that you can use.
So let me ask you before we wrap up, are there any stores that you would recommend for parents to shop at or check out? Can you list any stores that they would like to go to?
I think there are so many good, well-priced fashion brands out there. Even from the Kmarts to the Targets, they've got some great pieces in there, some great fashion accessories. I also love Uniqlo. They have really well-priced basics that you can then, as a base for the outfit, and then you can add things to it. There are so many stores out there, and I think that you don't have to go, oh, I can't shop there because of whatever reason. I think just try whatever. Pull pieces from different places. You were talking about op shops at the start. I think that's a really great option as well for well-priced fashion that you can then incorporate like 1 or 2 items into your wardrobe that can be a bit different. If you don't want to wear something that everyone else is wearing as well. So there are so many options out there, but there are a few of my go-tos, few of my favorites.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Nadine, for coming on and sharing with us. I so appreciate your time. And is there anything else that you wanted to say before we wrap up?
Not really. Just, use it as a tool. I do think it'll really change your life. It'll change how you feel about yourself. And that's the most important thing, because then you're ready to face the world and be a better parent to your child if you are feeling good.
Love it. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, Nat. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.